Mushroom microdosing may be going mainstream. New data shows police seizures of magic mushrooms have tripled in the last 5 years.
That's as more young adults are admitting to taking the psychedelics and more cities are decriminalizing the use. But researchers say there's not enough information to call magic mushrooms safe.
Packaged in gummies, capsules, even chocolate, these aren't your parents' magic mushrooms. Data shows the psychedelic psilocybin is surging in popularity, and not because users are seeking a trip.
So I've been on this journey probably about 3 years, and it has added an incredible amount of value to my life.
We're concealing the identity of this Florida man because the mushrooms he takes on a regular basis are still considered a Schedule I drug, illegal federally and in Florida. He's one of a growing number. Research shows more than 11% of Americans over the age of 12 have used psilocybin, making it the most consumed plant-based psychedelic in the country. This man credits microdosing combined with meditation and exercise for treating a deep level of depression and anxiety.
Come out the other end from a very, very challenging period of my life that I honestly haven't talked with hardly anybody about.
Psychoactive mushrooms have been used since ancient times for spiritual and medicinal purposes, but were classified as Schedule I drugs in 1970, shutting down any research on their benefits. In 2018, the FDA gave psilocybin a breakthrough therapy designation for treating depression based on clinical research pioneered at Johns Hopkins University.
Some of the psilocybin work here is really what seemed to kick off this new wave of research.
Dr. Sandeep Nayak is a medical director at Johns Hopkins and investigator on the university's clinical trials. He says while the work is showing promising results for mental health treatment, all of the research has been focused on macro doses.
I think it's very tempting to extrapolate the really impressive large effects to microdoses, but it's important to remember that until the data comes in, we actually can't really do that.
The push for more research comes as Colorado and Oregon have established regulated systems for therapeutic treatment and decriminalized shrooms, along with some major cities, including San Francisco, Detroit, and Washington, D.C.
Just about every case where states have decriminalized drugs will see increased use because there's this perception that if it's decriminalized that it might be safer than it actually is.
Dr. Joseph Thendil is an emergency medical physician and toxicologist in Orlando Health. He says a major risk is actually getting a larger dose than intended, which in extreme cases can lead to psychosis.
It is safe to say people who have a predisposition to certain mental health disorders are often more likely to get these bad trips.
For this man, the benefits outweigh the risks. He thinks we will see magic mushrooms legalized in our lifetime.
Absolutely, and sooner than you'd think.
California could be the next state to offer regulated therapy using psychedelic mushrooms. Last year, the governor there vetoed legislation that would have decriminalized their use statewide, urging lawmakers instead to come up with a plan for this type of therapy.